Hey gang, thought that we'd try something a little bit differently today. This is primarily a Star Citizen channel, but I do have interest in other sci-fi games. Usually just Satisfactory so far. I did do a playthrough of Cyberpunk. This one kind of hit my radar a couple days ago, apparently just released. Ixion, I think is how you say it. But the ship design, and I'm kind of a sucker for art, and this is gorgeous. So I also heard that it's kind of like Frostpunk in space, so sold. I don't know if you've ever played Frostpunk before, but it's kind of a trip. Dog is snorting up a storm. So I thought that I'd give this one kind of a playthrough, just give myself a little break. I've said often, give yourself a little break. If you're a Star Citizen fan, go play other games, because sometimes development can move slow, and yeah, just sometimes kind of getting a sense for other games or immersing yourself in something else for a week or a month is kind of fun. Maybe even just a weekend. 318 should be dropping pretty soon, but as far as Ixion is concerned, I'll kind of, I played through a few minutes of it just basically to learn the controls, but didn't get too far. There's kind of a prologue, and I've heard that it gets much harder later on. I'm not particularly good at these games, but I do really enjoy them. So you'll probably see me try to do this, get pretty far in, and then abysmally fail, and my entire colony will throw me out in airlock. So stay tuned. I figured we would just probably play through the prologue this time, and then if there's a big uproar of people saying, oh my god, keep playing this, that was amazing, we'll go back to that well. If not, probably be playing 318 when it drops. But here we go. So, Ixion, new game, let's go.
Control, we have typing clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Flight procedures, check. Guidance go.
Okay, algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad. Welcome on board, passengers.
So that's interesting. The first time it actually played.
Shuttle EMV Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon, but this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolos' lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there's a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
I'll explain some of this in a bit. Ensuring access to food. Okay, so now that kind of the little introduction is done, this is the first sector that we have access to, and we're basically just in sort of this empty section right now. And what I'm trying to do is just kind of clear out some space so that I can actually start building. So hopefully that thing will start disappearing here in a second, and I can throw down. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. So I want to put one more building there. What they want me to do is build, not that, they want me to build food. And what I'm gonna do is put this there, this here, and then I'm going to turn this one into producing food, and might as well just have this. On my first playthrough, I made a couple obvious mistakes, so I'm kind of correcting them on this, or on my first few minutes. I didn't realize that this, you could actually build different kinds of ships. So I built another one of these over here and basically blew a bunch of resources before I found out what I did. Like, I clicked on that and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I could have done that the whole time. Never claimed to be smart. Never claimed to be smart. So let's do this, that. I'll wait until that's done building, and I'll put another little iron one right in there. Now I want to leave this space open. One thing I do want to do is drop this across. There, and there. Just kind of want to be a little bit more deliberate in how I'm setting this up right now. But right now, so you've kind of got this sector. You can actually open up other sectors. So you can see all the sectors you can open up here. A lot like Frostpunk, I'm guessing. Early in the early game, it doesn't really matter. But it strikes me as a game sort of like, if you've ever played Anno 1800, you don't necessarily want to do something until people start asking for it, because...
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Okay, before I click this, you can kind of get out ahead of your skis, and before you know it, you don't have enough power, all of your people are starving, and everything's going to hell just because you built one building just a few minutes too early. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Before I click on this and we listen to this dude, which I don't think we have a limited amount of time before he does it. Actually, let's just keep playing. So this is actually what your ship looks like right here. So we see that there's the Earth behind us. It does slowly rotate, so inertial basically uses inertia to create this sense of gravity. So you kind of have your ship view, you have the inside of the view, and then you have like a full-on system view. And you have these little sort of hot points you can look at and go to and do stuff and collect resources. But before you do that,
Bonjour, Administrator.
it's
What
just
a
gonna talk to
wonderful
me.
day to embrace our fate, don't you think?
It's French. He's
I'm
weird.
Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabi, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtangites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtangites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabi will provide us with a source of food while carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
All right, so we need to build each of these ships. So we don't have any of that yet. So we need these are different resources. So while we're here, we got a little icon here, so we need to do something. Administrator, some crew members are locking quarters. During human history, unnecessarily homelessness has been an indicator of civilizational decay. Do not reproduce Hime's basic mistakes aboard the Tycoon. Ensure all crew are quartered within 12 cycles. And that's kind of my goal anyway. So one of the things I'm debating is where I am going to put like all of the halves. I kind of want to have warehouses over here so they're all in one spot. So I think I'm going to kind of make this area my living area. So let's do that. So if that is what we are going to do, and it's close to the food, so let's do that. So how many people we have? We have 85. So let's throw down some buildings. Let's see. Oop. I want to see that grid again. Just sort of see if I'm being ridiculous here. Yeah, so we got a 4 on that side. Well, again, it kind of gets to that point of don't get ahead of your skis. Okay, so we got that. So we need another warehouse. And again, I kind of want to put the warehouses here. So let's go ahead and do that. So maintenance, put this. That's fine. Look at that one. This one will need to be this. So you got 40 there, 50, so you got 100. So that'll be one warehouse. Should have this up and built pretty quick. So there's 30 housed. 60, so I'll need one more. Okay, let's cut that through there. That there, and I do, just because I know that out of the way, that out of the way, and that out of the way. So you can actually swing around and look at this from other sides. I think I was saying before that you can open up other sectors. So what you can do is you can click on this and click on this. And you can basically just build your whole big ship. But again, you got to be able to power the whole thing. You got to be able to feed all the people in each sector, from what I understand, is its own thing. So it becomes progressively more difficult to build those out. So let's go ahead and get this started. So we want one of those. We want one of those. Eventually we'll want one of those. So let's just get that cracking. So we got A4 and A4, so we're good there. One thing I was debating on my last playthrough, just kind of seeing how this kind of plugs together, and I only got a little bit further than this. I was wondering if like I know there's other buildings that that probably should be on the rim, and you can build them on either rim. But like how much room to leave for things is kind of tricky. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than trying to make it pretty, I'm just going to kind of jam things together right now, and we'll go from there. So this is probably fine. I'm okay with having, oh, actually that's going to be perfect. So I do have room for one more residential building right there. What I need to do is come up with more warehouses, apparently. Okay, well, let's build more warehouses, because we've got to have enough storage for all of that iron. And again, I'm going to put it over here because the other buildings that go against the lane are this size, or against the wall there, the outer wall. So we are going to build, what else have we got here? Got another docking bay. We don't need to build one of those. Tech lab is kind of nice. So let's go through what all the resources are. So you've got iron here, which is, you can go out, you mine rocks. You basically have your little miner break up the rock, and then you have a cargo ship go and collect the iron and bring it back. The iron is used to make alloy. You've got carbon, which is used to make polymer. And you can find all of these sort of more advanced things like polymer, electronics, and alloy kind of out in the wild, but you can also make them yourself. I'm guessing, otherwise they wouldn't have the icons there. Hydrogen, I am guessing we're going to be making water at some point. Waste, I'm assuming you're going to have buildings that produce a lot of waste. There's your water. There's food. Ionic pods, that's a little bit disturbing, but okay. And science. All right, so let's kick into this. Put this out because it's not clean. Let's get that out of there. Oh yeah, and so I need to make. Let's do. Oh man, I'm gonna need a lot of them. Okay, so we got our first ship. So this is the Pelican. We'll have it go grab food. So again, you can sort of task your cargo ship to go and grab certain things and prioritize things. So if I wanted to grab food and, let's say, carbon, but I didn't want carbon to be as high a priority, I could do that. That's like a tertiary priority. So primary, secondary, tertiary, don't worry about it at all. And you can see you can have a lot of ships here, mining ships too, and you just kind of set them to do their thing. So we're gonna wait until our science ship is made. So we've got 4 homeless people. Why do we have 4 homeless people? I don't think I counted right. Let's do that. Weird. Okay. I'm just gonna make this one iron. Again, I don't think I need to overdo it with that because you use iron so quickly that it's not really a huge concern. So I'm going to wait until these buildings are gone, and then I'm just going to delete out that road. One of the mistakes I made last time was I kind of built within the structure that was there, just assuming that they were kind of trying to lay it out of, hey, new player, here's a hint, try building on this line, and very much was not trying to help me. So something to bear in mind. And also I'm going to be a little bit more careful with how I use resources. It didn't come into play last time, but I have a feeling it will very much come into play eventually. Like I was just trying to learn how to play. Let's go ahead, just because I kind of like things symmetrical. Put that down. Again, leaving that open to do stuff. And now I should have the Oxford. Okay, so now I can go over here. So everywhere there's these little magnifying glasses, it's kind of an event, like a thing that you're supposed to do. And so you can send your exploration ship.
Has arrived at its destination.
And the exploration ship can investigate what's there. And then it kind of gives you different things that you can do here. So here we go. Summary of intelligence on abandoned base. The base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and could be used to restore power. Transmission from the Oxford's team. We have reached the UN base. It is abandoned and depressurized. The surveillance system is still operational, awaiting orders. Sure. Exploit a vulnerability. Takes time, but we do what we want. I think we want to go to Mars or Saturn. Seemed like Mars would be important. And you can speed up time and stuff, but we don't need to do that yet. And we'll be firing off probes, which will be important. But again, we don't need to do that yet. So let's go ahead and take a look through the building. So maintenance right now. And again, I assume you unlock other things through research eventually. But right now you just have those two. Space, you can build a docking bay. Eventually you can build a probe. Tech lab. No. Kind of do want to get a tech lab up and right now. Not over there. Well, maybe over there. I'll put it here. Well,
A science ship team has completed a task.
we'll wait until those are out of the way. And I'll go check that in a second. Population, you've got your infirmary and you got your crew quarters. Crew quarters fit 15 people. Food, we've got a mess hall, which right now we're probably going to need a way to produce food here, collect it. So the science team takes a certain amount of time to kind of go through. They call them cycles. They're basically just days. I assume they're days. Once they're kind of done their thing, they do this, and then we can dismantle the base. And so while the science ship is here, once it's done with this task, it'll start collecting those research points. And at that point, that's why we need the other thing. So I need them to start clearing this crap out so that I can get rolling on this. What I was going to say is it's the last time I kind of had like roads kind of running back and around and in and stuff like that, and I wasn't thinking about it, and it kind of became an issue. So this time I'm kind of trying to make things a little bit more organized. So let's go ahead and delete that. Like that. Right now I'm going to leave that, but I'm going to delete it in a second here once I build this road out. Okay. go. Erase that. 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 We do need another couple, so we need another couple warehouses. Or stockpiles, I guess they call them. Very insulting to call them warehouses. So put that one there. And that one there. And I'm kind of trying to keep like warehouses together. You go through food fast enough, I think, that I only really need the one stockpile. I hope. We'll find out real quick, won't we? But now I got enough room to put the science thing down. I kind of want to have enough room for...
A science ship team has completed a task.
So let's make that this. Now we can get those guys out of there. That. No, it won't quite do it. I'll need two. This one needs the iron too. There. Just building on a grid is good. So let's go back out here. It said that we're done at the moon. So we've got 30 more alloy and 90 research. So 90 research we will definitely sit around. So you can sort of see how it's ticking down. If I were to take the science ship and leave, it would stop that countdown and I wouldn't get that research. So kind of important to let it do its thing. So let's go ahead. I think it's back there. So, these warehouses are 4 wide. Right there. That's where I want it, but I need those buildings gone. One down. 24. So until that's out of the way. Because I'm sure there are other buildings coming that are considerably larger than the ones that we got right here. And hopefully that one goes away. Cool. Okay, now we can do it. So let's go ahead and build this. So we got 4. That right there. How are we doing on power? Okay, so we're gonna run out of power. So this is where this comes in handy. So we're actually gonna need build the tech lab. I think this is tech lab, right? Yes. Okay. I don't think we're gonna have enough power for it. So the power is up here. And we've only got 6 power left. Can you build anything else out to space? Because I did get to the point where you could build one more thing out into space. Apparently it's not there yet. So I might have to shut off power to a bunch of these. Once this comes online, just so that I can do the research to create it. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. These are done, so let's go ahead and run... Interesting. Oh crap, I should put that one more over. Let's do that. Sorry, I know this is twitchy, but this matters, I think. I want to have a road right here. Go. 10 more so you can start seeing pulling this out. Who is this jackass? Why is he our boss? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Science ship has retrieved all of the science from the moon. All of the science. All. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. So, not there, right there. The reason I want to do that is because I want to put a road. Then I want to delete. I don't think there's any penalties. Like, one of the things I liked about Frostpunk is there wasn't penalties for deleting and rebuilding. Like, you could do that as many times as you want. I don't think there is. Don't quote me on that. So let's do this. So we've got alloy there. So what we can do is we've got our cargo ship here. You can sort of see that there's different numbers here, and most of them are 0. So if I turn this off and turn that to 100%, so definitely go and get that, you can see that it automatically starts going. So what it will do is if there was a bunch of... so what do you think, Mars or Saturn first? I'm thinking Mars. Mars is always kind of like an alternate power in these things. But if, let's say that there was like 10 different places around here where there was iron, it would just automatically start going to them and collecting the alloy. And that'll be that. Okay, cool. So let's wait until this bad boy is built. And again, I'm gonna have to shut off power on a bunch of stuff, but that's not a huge deal. I'm basically just gonna turn off power to the warehouses until I have enough. As long as they got food coming in. So we got 78 people. There's people crewing the ships. That's what's going on. So let's have... That's a good mix. I'll play a little bit slower. This is the prologue, so it doesn't need to be super quick at this point. You're not pressed for time, so you might as well take your time, lay things out right, and do it right. Do it. And we have...
I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi. For attention.
You can...
Power restored.
EVA airlock. That's what we want. Because the EVA airlock allows you to go outside and work on the ship, which is really important. So here we go. Let's listen to Abhinav Munshi.
Administrator, due to insufficient levels of electricity generation, Sector 1's power demand has overloaded.
You don't say.
Stanford routines recommend that you construct an external solar panel to boost overall electrical output.
I am
The
powered.
science ship has arrived at its destination.
Good timing. So we'll look at this. The UN has established a facility on Mars. Its crews are currently lacking the materials required to repair a critical fault in their oxygen supply system. They have submitted an official request to Dolus for aid. Repair the fault in the exchange resources. Repair the fault in exchange for resource data. So this one costs 20. This one costs 20 and 10. I'm going to do 20 because from what I've seen, it's not super difficult to get iron and alloys. That could really bite me in the ass later. This is one of those games, kind of like Frostpunk, where you're not necessarily rewarded for playing as a good guy.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
And okay, so you can sort of see this little magnifying glass down there. That means that it's currently engaged in this action and you can't move it without losing that action. So better just leave it. Supply ship. Oh, I think I actually need to move either a cargo ship or the science ship. We'll do this one first. Get that one out there. I don't want to advance the story too quickly here until I'm like set up to do it. I do want to get this little thing here. Administrator, reports are being received relating to that name. Optimization protocols on board the Tycoon. They indicate that crew members are being overworked, although Dolos employment contracts make it clear that a high degree of flexibility is required. This situation is beginning to take its toll on morale. It would be pragmatic to deploy additional crew members or reduce the number of concurrently active workplaces. So, yeah, we're going to get 20 people over there. So people are working over here is kind of where you've got your information on how people are doing. So we've got 78 people, they're happy, and they're working extra hours. So if there was a few more people, we'd be in business. Did it? I guess it finished. I missed that it actually finished doing that. So we got this. Oh, because there's a little sector sign there. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. It's gonna mess it
The
up.
science ship team has completed a task.
Well, good for the science team. Okay, so they can get 20. So real quick, we're gonna set that to 20. We're gonna set that to... Actually, we'll set that to primary too. Because what will happen is the ship will come back, then it'll grab these guys, then it'll go all the way back there and grab that. So, efficiency. This, though, can go out here. Again, we can kind of take our time. Man, that was quick. So I think so we've got room for 90 people and we've got 78 people in here. So that's fine. It looks like you can transfer people between sectors, but we've only got the one sector, so we don't need to do that. So that's interesting. We've got 78 workers out of 86. We've got a population of 85. Some of them are on the ships. I think that's what it is. I think I already said that. That might be insane. Now you know. You're watching. I'll learn you. This is the EVA airlock. Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't building another one of those. That's what I did last time. I didn't realize that this was an external part of the ship too. I thought that just the side was, so I basically rebuilt one of those and built an EVA thing over here and totally blew up my space. It was awesome. I did very good on that. I'm very proud of that. I'm screwed up. Oh yeah, you're done doing that. Let's see. So we got solar panels. You can do a probe launcher, insect farm. Let's eat some insects, y'all. come back and do that probe launcher too. I know the probe is hugely important. Always are on things like this. Like in Frostpunk, it was all your what were they called? Explorers, or your sort of teams that went out into the waste to collect things. Those guys. Put some food over there.
Power supply overloaded.
Damn it. Okay, so you're off. You're on. You can turn you off, and I want to keep you on. Stan, we're gonna have to kill everything now. You've got to stay on. You don't. Let's turn this off.
Power restored.
Is what I can do is go outside, add the solar panels, and then I'll have enough power to run everything. So you can look up here that's 51 to 60, so my max amount of power is 60. I just knocked out that one with the crew that was on the Ushinobi or whatever it was. So we'll do this. Maybe I'll do two solar panels. So you've got three different things here. You've got two sets of solar panels, and then you've got your engine here. Might do this one too. Just so that I have like a bank of
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
so that I have a bunch of power saved up. So let's look and see what's at. Saturn. Data summary. A signature trace from an EKP system is detected near Saturn. EKP technology is the exclusive property of Dolos, but records indicate that the company has not developed any or deployed any missions to this sector. The signature will soon enter the atmosphere of Saturn. So our two options here, the Oxford's team will perform EVA to locate and investigate the signature around Saturn, not as dangerous as Jupiter. Once the signature has passed through Saturn's atmosphere, the Oxford team will analyze EKP residue and verify the signature's origin. I kind of want to send a team to investigate, so let's do that. I don't want to necessarily lose those guys, but we should have enough power now. Figure I can take a couple risks now that we're in the prologue. I figure it won't slit my throat immediately. I could totally be wrong about that. Okay, so this right here, we have 8 people that are homeless. So we're gonna keep going with population. I only need one building. And you see, it would be kind of nice to put that right there. I don't want to leave that wall open. Yeah, right there's one. I'll just kind of, I'll make my population centers along this wall for now. We've got our one medical part there, so we're good there. This is busy sciencing. It's great. We're about 58% of the way through there. Okay, so let's see. They're going through there. We got Uranus. That will never not be funny. And I'm 12. It's making a noise like something was completed. I'm not sure. Oh, I'll bet it was the EVA. What am I researching anyway? Insect farm. And then I'll do probe launcher. And I'll go probe Uranus. Because it sounds like... Almost got it. Gang, we're about to have insects. Okay, so let's go and do that probe launcher. Just enough. We've got plenty of power. We got power for days right now, at least for this setup. So the question is, do I really want these to take up that much room? Gonna reserve that space for warehouses. So 1, 2. Damn, seriously.
A science ship team has completed a task.
I don't necessarily need all 5 of these. I think we pick up more crew here in a bit. I just want to really stockpile food. I don't know why I did it that way. Just feeling saucy, I guess. Oh, so that's fine. Oh, what I should have done was put the road right here and had those 3 together. Yeah, I'll live with it. Let's go check what that science team has done. Okay, let's see. So, a prototype rocket sent by the UN seems to use a variation of EKP. We have stripped it down and recovered the schematics. So someone else is trying to build the same kind of drive we are, so that's a little scary. Although, hopefully if it didn't play the intro movie, so hopefully it plays the end of the prologue one, because I played up to that point. If not, I'll explain what happens, but it's kind of weird that it's skipping it. So let's come back in. So we're building that. Damn it, is that gonna bug me? Because they're insects. Yeah, it's gonna bug me. It's a lot easier to do it now. That one can stay. It's easier to do it now when stuff doesn't really matter than in the later game when I'm deleting my food supply because I don't like the way I laid it out. So we're going to line it that way, and I like that a lot better. There we go. So that should be giving us plenty of food. We've got plenty of power. I'm definitely kind of liking the tighter layout this time. Last time I was kind of sprawled and that didn't work so well for me. And do I have enough room? Oh, I don't have enough room. Damn it. Stupid 4 thing. I almost wonder if I could delete that and scoot that. No, no. Screw it, I'll just put it on this side. So that'll only give me 2. That only gives me 1. That isn't awful. That isn't terrible. I can work with that. Let's put it there. And then I'll have the road running there. Like that. And then I can put housing in across there, same way. Or I could even put another medical center in there if I need to. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wait, how's that one? Hang on. Am I not counting right?
Warning.
Oh no.
A sector is being overworked.
Oh no! Okay, so let's we can shut down a couple of these. I can flip them on later when we have more population. Hey, I've got enough food now. I'm not too bothered about it. Oh, I can shut this down. Yeah, because I'm not doing anything with the EVA. So basically what happens right down here, they're working extra hours because there's not enough people to do all of the jobs that I have set up here. I could even shut down some of the warehouses too if I wanted to. Just, actually I might do that so that I force them to empty out a warehouse rather than, or stockpile rather than do anything else. Okay, so now they're in optimal, which just kind of keeps them happier. I'll flip this one on just because it's closer. I'll turn that one off. There we go. That should be pretty good. How do we look on housing? So we're pretty tight on housing. So if we got any more people, I'd have to build houses, but I have enough to build like for 45 more people, which would be more than enough to work all this stuff. Okay, this is opened up, so now they can start filling out this probe. Launcher thing. Batteries. Oh, we opened up the next tier. Oh, damn. Okay, well that's... Let's do a... I want to do a battery, honestly. I mean, I can see all three of these. So this is what I was saying with your elements up here is this takes iron and turns it into alloy. This takes carbon and turns it into polymer. And this takes silicon and turns it into electronics. Cryonic center, I'm assuming that we're going to find frozen people everywhere. Don't really need that. What are we doing? We've only got 20 science, so let's bank it for now. I'm guessing, is there anything sitting out there? Not really. So we'll wait until that's built. Let's take a look out here. What do we got? Anything? Kind of want to build one probe and see if there's anything that we can do. Just because this is the prologue, I don't really think there is. We can build the Vol engine. I don't want to. Not yet, anyway. So we're going to take this. So you can have these probes, and you can click this, and it'll build one, or you could say auto build. I'm going to auto build because I feel like I'm always going to need to see what's around me and find resources and stuff, so we'll see. See how well I thought that out. It's kind of giving me an alert there, like there's something I need to do. I guess these guys don't know. Wasn't there... Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, is go the Urshanabi in the science vessel, but I can fly to it, so I might as well. I'm wondering if I could actually fly out to Uranus, Jupiter, and Neptune right now, and it would give me something for it, or... if it's just kind of saying, no, it's just a, is what it is. Let's see. So I do have a probe. So you can go into probe mode here, and you can launch. You can kind of look at things. Damn. Okay, so you actually can find things in the early game. I did not know that. So you can sort of look on the probe scanner there and how it kind of has stuff there. So there's something right there that I can look at and I can get research points. We're definitely doing that. So I'm going to send out a probe and it's going to kind of ping that. And since I know that it's research, I'm going to take the Oxford and fly it out there and collect those research points. And that'll just kind of let me get a little leg up on the next game. Because right now, there's no timed events, so there's no consequence for not just playing this out and trying to build up the ship as much as I can, just now that we're in the early game. So I typically don't like to speed things up in games like this. That's just kind of more risky than I like to take it, even though at this point in the game, it doesn't really super matter. So actually, I'm going to break that rule right now. Take a look. And we should have another probe coming online right now. And so what I'm going to do is see if I can find anywhere where there's some iron. It does look. It does look like there's some sort of research. I mean, is it that? I'm just gonna sort of wheel around here and see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just that. See if there's anything else to mine. If not, I'll just kind of bank that. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, so we'll just do that. I'll just keep that I'll keep that probe banked basically. Just so that's one less probe I have to build. Unauthorized access. So we're gonna take this. Hang on, what can we do with this? Can we do anything with it? It's just a supply ship. They might do something once we to get to that point. I don't know. Don't know. Actually, let's go back down to normal speed. I do want to see. Research is cheaper. So research costs 45 at this level, so I can't afford any of these things on the outer ring, which I'm sure is intentional. We've got everything in the inner rings done. I think probably steel mill would be the first one I'd want. And then the polymer factory. Battery isn't as important, I wouldn't think immediately, although I'm having bad SAS factory flashbacks. Where you just build up a ton of batteries just because you don't know when your power is going to shit the bed. Yeah, I said it. Looks like we're blowing through food. Let's see. So people use 10 food each cycle. And this produces 1 food. So I actually do kind of need to crack those on at some point.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Let's check this out. You're breaching the terms of your contract with Dolos. Interesting. Okay. Warning, by proceeding beyond this point, you are breaching the terms of your contract with Dolos AEC. Further action can and will result in summary dismissal. This might be a real short playthrough. Naomi Protocol. Create temporary easement. Contact the station Outer Hope. Opening rat backdoor into administration terminal. Attempt to contact the hidden Dolos station Outer Hope. Tycoon Station. This is Marduk Council member Rabia Nayakland. You are not authorized to interface with Outer Hope. The purpose of this facility is to allow Dolos to continue with the development of its highly classified projects, far away from the prying eyes of our competitors and the media conglomerates of Earth. Do you not realize that the whole world is watching you at this moment, and that your presence here could jeopardize this entire operation? I will be filing an official complaint with Veneer himself, unless, perhaps, you could do something that may change my mind? Refusing Rabia Nayakand's proposition, the Oxford Ants team will leave the Outer Hope. Or I can send them 30 resources. How essential am I? This could be a real short playthrough. I'm going to refuse the deal. Curious what would have happened there. Damn. Do I really have 30? I mean, I do kind of want to go back and play that again, but this is a game where resources could really, really matter. And throwing a bribe to someone who's doing something shitty doesn't sound like a really great deal. Hang on. I want to see if there's an autosave. It was a while ago. Screw it. We're going to do it. We're doing it live. I want to pay him 30. I want to see if they actually give us some information in a later game. Rufus agrees. It's a good idea. Always trust a Doberman. He's putting his ears back at me. I don't think that was what he wanted. It's not cheating, it's a game. It's an option, Rufus. He's rolling his eyes at me. I think I deserve that. Alright, so let's see how far back we were. So we're here. We were just building the probe. Where are we at out here? Alright. So yeah, so we're still doing that. Alright, I'll bring it back when we're up to the same spot. Okay, and we're back. Sign ship just got there, so we're going to do the breakthrough. Unless you could do something for me to change my mind. Yeah. Send Pelican to transfer 30 alloy to the event unauthorized access. I just feel like I might get research points on this, and that might be worth it to me. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Let's speed this up, because this is basically all I'm waiting for now. Is the Pelican going or not? Oh, it might be loading up. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so it had to load it first. There it goes. Okay, good. Let's slow this down a little bit. So this is another thing. If you don't have this thing doing active research, it'll actually generate 1 science point per cycle, which is basically 24 hours. Which, or one every 30 cycles. So every month, basically, it generates one science point. Not totally worth it, but it's an option. Like if you can't find other science points. Let's pop back out here. Let's speed this back up. I just want to see if I can create another event here. I didn't even know this was an option. I just made it out and...
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. Thank you, Administrator. Now leave. I will ensure that Dolos issues a public statement that rationalizes our contact here at the edge of the solar system. I'll placate Veneer for now, but you'll need to explain your actions in due course. You might have heard that we're working on the next generation of the Tycoon, the Protagoras. The Tycoon operation must succeed if we are to achieve our goal of bringing humanity into a new era. Trust in genetic kinetics. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern. That sounds oddly religious, but we do get 20 polymer and 2, what is that? Electronics. So let's do, hold up, not so fast, you. I want you to get that and that. That should change direction. Good. Okay, now you come back here. And we can speed that up. So we didn't get science, but we did get electronics and polymer, which is good. What happened to the music? Interesting. But now we start going to the next part of the game. We do have 15 there. How much does this cost? Oh, it costs 100. Ooh, man, that does take bite, doesn't it? Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Kick down here. I don't have storage for that. Well, hang on. Slow that down. Here it is. So 1, 2, and then you got 3. So if I were to drop a road behind it, I can actually stuff something that's 3 wide there. Let's do that. Okay. Could change. No, I want to keep iron over there because I have a plan for that. I think I'm going to put iron factory right there so that I can just dump it directly in. Okay. So you can sort of see that if you don't have a stockpile that can of that type, it'll just sit in your landing pad until you bulk it up. So yeah, not a great idea to go. So right now we're running optimally. We're good. Because I think are they actually building this? No, 0 of 100. Okay, so yeah, I do have to click all of these on so that they've got enough access to. So 1550, that should be enough. I'm not sure why they aren't doing it. Do it. Oh, hang on, is the... shut those off for now. Not sure exactly why it isn't building. There are no EVA tasks in queue. So it's got 0 alloy. Huh. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's going on.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
That one can't now. Oh, duh. Okay, I figured out what it was. So I am going to turn this back on. That's my EVA thing. So that's what was going on. Was I didn't have it turned on, so there was nobody dressing up in EVA suits going out and building the thing. So now we know. Right, Rufus? Rufus is not impressed right now. Shut that off because there's nothing in it. There we go. Okay. So let's look at the butt being put on this thing. Does it actually show it? I mean, it's 64%. There it is. It's a cool looking ship. I don't know if you ever read the books for the Expanse, but Laconia, which is the basically this colony that the Martians go and make, they have a battleship that's kind of built similar to this that is incredibly nasty. Hope one day they go back and they make the series like according to the book. We'll see. First few seasons were really decent. Okay, there we go. So we're all set there.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
Do it now. So let's see. We've got 100 people coming in, 40 food. So now we need to build those. That'll only be 45, so I actually need another little sector of let's turn that over here. I don't want to leave those as warehouses because I can put a row of warehouses over there and a row of warehouses there. So let's set up not doing that, but let's do that. So we're gonna have 100 people coming in. Definitely don't want to chew up too much of that space because there's a couple bigger buildings that need to come in. I'm out of steel. I can't build those. Interesting. We'll be able to do it once we're in Proxima Centauri. So let's go ahead and turn you off. Although we're gonna have more than enough people here. So we've got 53 people unhoused. We've got that. Food's coming in. 100 workers are in. I think we got the food. Do we have all the food? No, there's still 20 food out there. So we'll get the rest of that food. I am gonna need to flip these on. So let's turn that on because I do want still optimal, so we're good there and everything is turned on, well, except for the warehouses. Let's see, so we need 126 workers to work in this sector. We have 198, so we're good there. So yeah, let us administrator because next.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the Vol bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Go spend all of the money you had building this to actually fixing the world, but sure, big spinny ships are cool. Let's do this thing. So move the Tycoon to the orbit of the moon. Yeah. All power from the main grid will be diverted to the EKP systems during the 0.7 cycle Tycoon movement. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. Or not. So, basically, since we don't have power, all of this shuts down since we don't have batteries yet, which we would have to research those. So that's why batteries are useful once the ship is moving. Very helpful. Wondering. Oh, damn. I don't think I was supposed to click on that yet. There we go. There we go. Pushing a button. All power from the main grid will be diverted to the engine during the 0.5 cycle charge preceding ignition. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. So again, sounds like batteries are going to be pretty
In
important.
accordance with Kraus-Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before volt jump initiation.
Yeah, I think all three of our ships are in. Hopefully it shows the, hopefully it shows this cutscene because it's kind of key and me describing it
Full engine ready.
won't do it justice.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the full engine.
Full
All right.
jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics.
Tell you what happened in a second.
Several anomalies detected.
Oh, that.
Multiple digital security breaches found within full jump routines. Full engine critically damaged. Hull integrity compromised. Analysis confirms discrepancies between the mission clock and the apparent advanced state of the solar system. We are receiving no communication signals from Earth. Likelihood of ongoing survival stands at approximately 7.67%. Activating Marduk survival protocols. New mission objective established. Ensure humanity's survival by finding a habitable exoplanet. Urgent issues requiring immediate attention. Increase food production output. Restore hull integrity.
All right, let me hit pause on this. So it's a real shame that it didn't show that cutscene because it's kind of really key to the story. So what happened was you power up the drive and you jump out, and as you do that, it tears the moon apart.
Hans, are we the baddies?
Earth's moon, Luna. And so, I think it shows it right. That is Earth's moon right there. So you can sort of see, I think, Earth is here somewhere. Yeah, so there's Earth. That was Earth's moon. But what's interesting is last time I didn't catch that they said that the system appears very advanced in age. So there could be some time dilation here going on. But gang, this is a good place to stop it. So basically what happened is you jump to Proxima Centauri. You don't know the moon has been blown up when you jump out. And then you immediately jump back. And when you come back, you find this, and the system's basically just a horror show. So you've got the Ursunavi, which is out there, Ushinabi. Everything just looks like it's kind of all deserted and cracked out. So we're going to take this. We're going to run out there and see what's going on. Yeah, but that's it. You like this? Let me know down in the comments. You want to see me keep playing it? Throw a comment down below, and I'll kind of work this in around Star Citizen when 318 drops. I'll kind of do back and forth, or maybe I'll just drop in on this on the weekends or Friday nights, and we'll have a good time with it. And you can watch me fail utterly with my people. It'll be fun. All right, gang. See me next time.